You look great, man.
Gotta check the glasses. Gotta make sure they're right.
What is that?
Yeah. All right. It's time for another little segment here. Eduardo, welcome to Defense Game Day. MCON Gameday, excuse me. MCON Gameday, Defense Game Day at MCON, Las Vegas. Sunny day. The sun is now up in the horizon, so it's not directly in your face. We're here to make you comfortable. What do we got for Eduardo?
Got a question for you. A little bit different than most, I would say, right? You think we're going to go in depth here. Here's my question. If we were watching the movie of your life, tell me, what kind of movie would it be? Would it be a romance? Would it be a comedy, a drama, a horror film? And who would play the main character? What actor would play you?
I'm definitely getting romance vibes.
This is a good one. This is a good one.
Look how this guy's dressed.
I think the genre
The Bachelor.
is going to be. I think the genre is going to be drama, rom-com, action, comedy. It's like very much a.
Bro, you named all the movies.
Pretty much.
Except horror. There's no horror. That's
There's no horror.
All right.
There may be a little bit of gore here and there, but no horror. And let's see. You know, like I would say that back when I had a military regulation haircut, I would get often like, oh, you have like a little bit of a similarity to Obama. So I would go with like Obama, but like I've since like
Obama's not really an actor though.
Let my hair kind of like go, like beard go.
Yeah.
So
Obama's gonna play you in your biopic.
I mean,
that's epic.
he needs a job.
That's epic.
Cut
It's
to-
a job.
Cut to Obama taking acting classes right now. We're getting ready for the role of.
I mean,
Homeboy's a little bored up there in Chicago.
And if he decides to wear like the khaki suit, shit, we're on.
That is so funny.
But I would say that who's the guy from Black Panther?
Oh, I don't know.
What's his
I know who you're talking about.
Bozeman? What's his name?
I don't know. We're just playing ignorance. I thought you were gonna go Key and Peele because didn't one of them play Obama on when they did the anger translator?
Oh,
skit?
that was special.
That was
special.
fire.
I am not that funny.
All right.
I'm not that funny.
So actor to be determined. We're gonna let the audience decide.
Oh wait, isn't it last name Jordan?
Oh, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
I would say Michael B. Jordan.
Rocky.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
I was thinking that.
How many guys does it figure? I'd take to figure out an actor's name. It's
Michael
at
B.
least
Jordan.
three. not these three. Yes.
So, what are you doing here today? What are you in MCON?
Good question. At MCON, I am speaking about the work that we have been doing, my company Coforma, and trying to help improve the veteran healthcare experience and benefit experience. How we've worked in partnership with different organizations, with the Department of Veterans Affairs, to improve services at large, from the access to specific benefits to access to care and the modernization that the VA has been undertaking for years now. We get to play a tiny part. Obviously, being in the veteran ecosystem, any part is absolutely critical. Any part is important, and we're extremely grateful to be part of this major ecosystem. And at MCON, I'm just trying to tell that story and try to learn from others. There are some incredibly talented folks here representing their organizations. We have Psych Armor, we have folks from Blue Star Families, Steer Bridge, who's another government contractor. There are just so many amazing companies out here, and here to learn.
It's pretty clear, man. You contain multitudes. You carry some stories with you. I could tell. What's like? Who you here fighting for? Who drives you?
What drives me is my family, and I'm here to fight for those that are often considered, from the standpoint of technologists, to be edge cases. Edge cases are often defined as like very minimal, low impact, but really challenging problems to solve. Over time, people have started to be tagged as, oh, they are an edge case. When it comes to people, there's no such thing as an edge case. in Silicon Valley, often they say, move fast, break things. I am in the space of helping people be able to live better and dignified lives. My time in war zones is over. I have no interest in continuing to fight. My fight is now in trying to help enable people be able to live. So when we say edge cases or we say move fast and break things, and we're in the same business of helping people, that sounds to me like we are making a conscious decision to allow some people to not get the access that they need, to not get the services that they need, and I'm just not okay with it. And if you are okay with it, that's on you.
Give me an example of something simple that can help people like change, that can help people get access. What is the simple fundamental thing that people need to understand that can really just help people make a change that your organization does?
From the creator's perspective, so like technology organizations, or from the
just from your
the
why, your
consumer,
gut.
caregiver,
Doesn't
or
matter, your gut. What do you think everyone needs to know? What can really make change?
giving a shit. Like, that's all that you need to do. You give a shit, then you can make a change. Like every single person, whether they are in the leadership of an organization or they are a staffer in an organization, all that they need to do is care enough about others to be able to make a change. Is it harder in some environments than others? Especially when you have private equity or venture capital money that is requiring you to make specific outcomes quarter after quarter. Yes. But guess what? The hard conversations are the conversations that need to be had. And at the end of the day, you're not just receiving an email from some obscure VC telling you, I need 30% quarter over quarter. Someone is coming to you and having that conversation. Can't do that. We need to do things differently. All that it takes is giving a shit.
And how do you inspire people through that? Meaning in the sense of like, there's the hard things, because everything in life that's worthwhile is hard, right? People don't realize if you're going to get in shape, you got to do hard things. You're going to have a better relationship, you got to have the hard conversations. That's the hard part. What do you think? Where does inspiration come in, and how do you inspire people around you?
I think inspiration comes in almost every single day. I can tell you that at the start of the day, my inspiration are my kids. And then when it comes to working out and being healthy, the inspiration is not there. But when the inspiration comes back and I am in front of my desk working, it's about knowing who exactly benefits from the work that you do. Honestly, we are incredibly lucky to work with some amazing human beings at the Centers for Medicaid and Medicare, at the Department of Health and Human Services, at the Internal Revenue Service, Office of Personnel Management, Department of Veterans Affairs, the state of New Jersey, and many other agencies and organizations. And to see the people that do their work, who we are leveraging our know-how and our capabilities in technology, product management, design, what have you, to see just the depth of knowledge, the passion that they bring to the work, that's inspirational. Because I know that what I am doing is providing them more tools to be able to help people. And that inspires me every single day to want to do more, to want to do better, and to give back to the community, which is part of why we're here at MCON, trying to further understand the ecosystem in which we operate and trying to understand who else can we enable to deliver even more impactful outcomes than they already have.
You know, Eduardo, I used to have another podcast I remember talking to some of the folks in the digital services. You had Shannon Starton, I think, over at CMS. You had Amy Gleason, now the Doge administrator, I believe, was at the VA, I think, doing the point of care initiative. Digital services in providing healthcare and services to vets and broader, whether you call them educated, just marginalized people who need help. It's not new. We've been going at this for almost 2 decades now, maybe longer.
Longer.
And it's not fucking done. So what is what is the battle? Like, what are the battles that are still left to be fought? Why is this not? I know software is never done. You could always get better, but I mean, are we making progress? Like, what's going on here?
So we are definitely making progress. Progress is made every single day, but the long tail is policy, is regulation, and the different laws being enacted by Congress. Every time that Congress has a major change, a major shift, there are new initiatives undertaken, and those initiatives lead to changes and lead to different points of interest.
Give us an example. Make it real.
Yeah,
What's something that's
I'll give you an
going on?
example. So my company was fortunate enough to partner with the Internal Revenue Service, the United States Digital Service, and some other organizations in order to create Direct File, a tool that the IRS released in order to help people be able to pay taxes directly to the IRS safely, securely, fast, and easy. To the point where people were saying, if I knew how easy it was to pay taxes, I would have paid my taxes earlier. Like, whoever says that? To get there, it took a ton of work. Like, we got there to essentially operationalize a lot of strategic work, a lot of legislative work that had been going on for probably 3, 4, 5 years, if not longer. But that is not new. There is a mandate through law dating back, I think, to about 1999 or something like that, that required the IRS to do exactly what we did. Instead, what was created was a access portal, if you will, called Free File, which allowed the major vendors to essentially create a version of the software that they were already using and selling at cost to allow people that qualified to be able to pay taxes. However, you were still dealing with a ton of the baggage of those systems, of those tools, because it is not easy to maintain completely separate instances. You've been in that space, you know what I'm talking about. It is not easy, but nowhere in the law did it say, oh, this is going to be hard. It was very clear that what it was required was for the IRS to provide a way for people to be able to pay taxes directly, safely, and without major burden. Instead, and we've seen this is very well documented, that over the years, many of these organizations have encroached into that space of the free file. They've started displaying ads. They've made the flows a little bit more challenging. They've started collecting a little bit more information than they need to, because every single thing that they do provides them with the ability to be able to sustain their other businesses. And they are commercial organizations. They are publicly traded. They have mandates. That's great. Keep doing you. Keep returning to your constituents and to your stakeholders what they committed, the reason that they committed to buy into you for. That is a complete separate thing from the need by law to provide a solution that enables taxpayers to file their taxes in an easy, secure, safe, and intuitive manner. Like, those things, in no way, shape, or form are counter to one another. Mm-hmm. What is counter is how much do you actually care about the everyday person and helping them be able to not experience a traumatic moment, which often is when you are trying to pay your taxes and you think that you've been doing all of the things right, and all of a sudden you see at the end, your tax bill may be X. That's
plus $1,500 to us.
Right.
You know that you can file technically TurboTax. There is a free file option. You must. It's legal.
Oh yeah,
it's required.
they all have it. It is legally required. It is extremely hard to find it.
You really got to play Where's Waldo.
I've actually realized that back way a while back when I used to try to do my taxes
and
by
this
myself.
is like by law. Like, I think it's 1999 when this was first required. So this is not new in any way, shape, or form. So to your point about like we've been at digital transformation and modernization for a long time. Yes, we have. Why haven't we modernized or achieved major breakthrough across the board? Well, because oftentimes we have competing interests.
Incentives.
There is often this misguided belief that in order to make money, someone needs to be fucked over.
Best deals are win-wins. It's true.
Well, and it also just sounds like an interesting is the story and the adoption part of it, right? It hasn't cracked. And it sounds like you're doing the great work to try to make that happen. And you know what we do for a living basically is the power of story to make change and people to adopt it and think about a big strategy around that. And it seems like you're probably at a tipping point with this because everything's changing now with blockchain, with the technology, where things are going to be faster, quicker, and easier. Where before it's been a lot of bureaucracy and a lot of people holding the keys. So are you excited about that? Like, quick.
Well, less excited about blockchain. Blockchain is, I believe that the technical terminology is snake oil.
Everyone I know works there is a scammer. It's true.
Yeah. Just the technology, how it advances.
Technology is a tool.
Yeah.
I think that what I am most excited about is that every single day there are more companies that are similar to Coforma who are coming in to do amazing work. I could go off and give you all of their names, but I will inevitably forget some, so I will not do so. But there's an organization called the Digital Services Coalition. There are close to 50 different companies. Several of them are public benefit corporations, and the work that they do every single day to help be able to make people live better lives is extremely valuable. And that's what I'm really excited about. It's like technology should always be a afterthought. You start with understanding people, understanding their needs, understanding their pain points. Then you look at processes and you look at the bureaucracy, you look at the procedures, the regulations, anything that could potentially prevent or impede the people that you've now identified from achieving those goals. Then you start working on those things. And once you've done that, once you have a good, solid idea or understanding, then you start looking at technology. Because if you do that, then you're no longer saying, hey, Noah, we're going to send you to training so that you can learn how to use this technology.
I love training.
It's instead, focus on what does Noah need? And then the technology fits what Noah needs. And it may not always work
Focus
that
on what
way.
I need. You're going to be busy for a long time.
It may not always work that way, but that is how it should be. That is how it should be.
Eduardo, we're gonna let you rip back in there in a second. But final.
You mean Michael Jordan?
Michael B. Mr. B. Mr. B. Before we let you go, right here, I don't know if you've seen this little challenge flag we have hanging out. Maybe you're curious, like why do they have a challenge flag on the table?
Honestly, I had not even considered that.
He hadn't considered it until this minute.
Well,
Here's what we got. This challenge flag is meant as an incentive. If anybody here in the live audience walking by happens to hear something that you say that they think is a little controversial, it's a little spicy, something they disagree with, that they think is falsifiable, they can pick that thing up and hurl it right at you.
Okay,
so
great.
I want to get a little rage bait here, man.
Yeah,
Give us. We need a spicy Michael B. Jordan
Let's do it.
take. What is going to get someone to hurl that at you?
Yeah, I challenge anyone to come hurl that at me because I believe that every single person has the right to live a dignified life.
Ooh. If anybody wants to hurl a challenge flag at that,
That's pretty tough. That's pretty tough.
You're gonna have to fight Tennessee with nunchucks in the parking lot. I mean, that's a look. It's a great place to end. I think I respect the work you're doing.
Thank
I
you.
think not just saying, hey, yes, we can agree with first principles, dignified life, 100%. How do we get there? And you're doing the work to help more folks have the opportunities. So thanks for what you're doing. Thanks for being here at MCON, and thanks for being right here at MCON Gameday.
Thanks for having me, Noah. Thank you, Tennessee. This was a lot of fun. And to anyone watching, join up. You too can make a difference.
Man, I need this beard. How do I get this beard?
Nice.